What up, everybody? Power Book 4 Season 2, Episode 6. Tommy finally hooked up with Mireya for the first time. But before that happened, Tommy and Mireya went car shopping, where Mireya told Tommy that she likes to take things slow. This explains why it took over half a season for Tommy to finally hook up with Mireya. Plus, there was the fact up until the last episode, Mireya also had a boyfriend, Dr. Kendall, who she got a text from while car shopping with Tommy that he was in the hospital. So because of that, Mireya had to leave the car dealership to check on Dr. Kendall. Before she left, Tommy was talking to the manager, and I'm pretty sure he was about to buy the car for Mireya that she had intended on leasing. So we'll see if Tommy ends up buying Mireya a whip on the next episode. But when Mireya showed up to the hospital, she found out that Dr. Kendall had both of his hands crushed by her brother, Miguel. Because of that, Mireya showed up late to give Miguel his insulin shot, where he was weak and covered in sweat. At this point, Mireya confronted Miguel and told him to stay out of her business. Miguel went on to respond to Mireya by telling her that she is just like him, meaning she is also a monster, and also that her job was just a front, and all that matters is what she does for him. Then Mireya left without even giving Miguel his shot. On her way out, she was greeted by Abuela, who tried to force Mireya to give Miguel the shot, but Mireya refused and told Abuela to give it to him herself, and also told Abuela that Miguel was her monster. But because of the incident with Dr. Kendall, Mireya stopped replying to Tommy's texts and taking Tommy's phone calls. Tommy is so caught up on Mireya right now, he failed to notice the cop sitting just 2 doors down watching him, something Vic spotted within a couple of seconds. Then Tommy showed up to Mireya's job looking for her, wanting to know why she was ghosting him. This was a very risky thing for Tommy to do, showing up at Mireya's job, because the more public he makes his relationship with Mireya, the better chance Miguel has of finding out. But it was at this time when Tommy got a phone call. We still don't know who it was from, but right after the Serbs lit up the Crimson Projects. As a result, Big Smurf was sent to the hospital in critical condition, and Mireya thought that Tommy had been killed. And because Mireya thought Tommy was dead, she showed up at his loft looking for him, and the rest is history. But late in the midnight hour, Holly showed up to Tommy in a dream, and she told Tommy, "She's not like me, Tommy. You should think this through." First off, I'm thinking Tommy should be glad that Mireya isn't like Holly, because Holly never did anything other than create drama and go behind Tommy's back. Holly was constantly nagging Tommy, trying to get involved into the game. Then once he let her in a little bit, she was constantly trying to turn Tommy against Ghost and telling Tommy that he ain't need Ghost and he could run things on his own. Tommy got a check from Ghost for a few million, and Holly showed up to the bank trying to cash it. She also got pregnant and never told Tommy about it for weeks, even after Tasha figured out Holly was pregnant and kept telling her to tell Tommy. She still never did. Then Holly went out on her own to put a hit out on Ghost behind Tommy's back. After this was when Tommy canceled Christmas on Holly, but she was running her mouth the whole time also and provoking him after he found out she put the hit on Ghost. This was just a few of the scandalous things that Holly did. She even invited Julio in for a drink when Tommy was gone, wearing nothing but underwear. I always wondered if she hooked up with Julio that day she had him over, because they never showed us what actually happened. I wondered if she got pregnant by Julio, and that's the actual reason why she never told Tommy she was pregnant. But either way, Holly telling Tommy that Mireya isn't like her isn't a bad thing. Then Tommy begged Holly for forgiveness. and touched her stomach where she was noticeably pregnant. And Tommy said, "I didn't mean to hurt you," talking to the baby. And Holly looked at Mireya and said, "You're gonna hurt her too." At this point, Tommy's whole demeanor changed, and he said, "No, Holly, I won't. You don't know this, but I'm different now." Then Holly replied by telling Tommy he can't have both worlds. The same thing Tommy told to Tariq. Then Tommy told Holly he has to because he loves Mireya. Then it was at this point Holly disappeared, and Tommy was stuck there by himself in the middle between the map and Mireya. So will Tommy pick the game, Mireya, or try to navigate between both worlds? Getting me to the question, did Tommy just get Mireya pregnant? It does look like they went a few rounds at the end of the episode, and we don't know if any protection was being used or not. And in the episode trailer, it shows Mireya for a split second, but it looks like she's in a restroom or something like that, and it looks like she's stressed out about something. Is it because she just took a pregnancy test and found out she was pregnant? Then this would put Mireya in a tough position because Miguel will not be happy if he finds out she's pregnant and will definitely want to know who the father is. Keep in mind at some point this season, Miguel will be telling someone that Tommy Egan is too dangerous to keep alive. Ever since we saw Miguel taking his insulin shot in episode 1, I thought this would be how Miguel gets taken out one way or another, especially now that Mireya is falling in love with Tommy and she saw what Miguel is capable of with Dr. Kendall. If Mireya is pregnant, this could be why Tommy had a dream about Holly instead of Lakeisha. Both lovers of Tommy who got killed. The difference besides Tommy being the one who actually killed Holly, he did love them both, but Holly was pregnant while Tommy was about to propose to Lakeisha. So possibly, hopefully, Tommy will have a redemption story. Because in 6 seasons of Power, 3 seasons of Ghost, 2 seasons of Raising Kanan, and a season and a half of Force, we've seen hundreds of deaths, but not one birth. That's not how the cycle of life works though. So we are due for a childbirth in the Power universe. Also keep in mind that kids were already hinted a few episodes ago when Tommy and Mireya were at the zoo and Tommy asked Mireya if she wanted kids. I also think part of the reason why Mireya loves Tommy is because she sees that Tommy is not afraid of Miguel. In the episode 7 trailer, Miguel is telling Tommy and Diamond that it will be their necks if they fail him. Is this because Miguel is sending Tommy and Diamond to go after Mirkovic and the Serbs? Keep in mind that Miguel wants the Serbs dead because he thinks they stole his shipment, but hasn't retaliated as of yet because El Che threatened Mireya's life. So with that said, I think Miguel is either going to send Tommy and Diamond to take out the Serbs or possibly to take out El Che so Miguel and CBI can have the green light to go to war against the Serbs. And there you have it. Did Tommy get Mireya pregnant? Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.